Mosquitoes kill a lot of people. Like 500,000 people die from malaria every year that they get from mosquitoes. That's too many people. There are about 3,000 kinds of mosquito. Only a handful of them cause serious problems, and we can get rid of that handful by genetically editing them out of the world. Hi, I'm Kingdangerously. This is Ftrhstry. We're in a time vortex from the 2120s, and we're remembering the next 100 years. In 2022, a company called Oxitec, which is a British lab, but it's owned by a private company in Virginia, the United States, known as Ftrhstry, is planning to release several million mosquitoes in California, in a county near San Bernardino, to test whether they can eliminate or severely reduce the population of Aedes aegypti, which is a kind of mosquito that can carry yellow fever and dengue, both kind of spooky, creepy things. The company points out that about half of the global population in the 2020s is at some risk from mosquito-borne diseases. And that's obviously, around 4 billion people. That's a lot of risk. Mosquitoes do kill many people, but again, it's only a small handful of mosquitoes that can do that, and they can do it because they've got the ability to reproduce with very small amounts of water. Like a bottle cap full could be enough in some of the cases, like Anopheles stephensi, which is largely an African problem, and Anopheles albiminus, which is largely a Central and Southern American problem. But these mosquitoes are a serious danger. So companies like Oxitec are developing what are known as gene drives, whereby they genetically modify a bunch of mosquitoes, they release them into the wild, those mosquitoes interact with the local population, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, and then the offspring from those interactions die out. Some of them will survive, the males will survive, and the females will perish. And the reason that they've engineered it that way is that it's the females who carry the diseases and bite people. So the male mosquitoes are safe to send out into the world, and then it's safe and desirable to have the male mosquitoes survive replication so that they can continue their way into the population. And through this mechanism, Oxitec reckons it's reduced local Aedes aegypti populations in some places by over 90%. In one Brazilian city, they reckon they took the whole population down by 95%. That is obviously potentially a huge victory rolled out worldwide. And they've seen some investment to the tune of around 18 million from, again, the Gates Foundation, which is very focused on malaria. And Oxitec is doing research in lots of different kind of areas like this. Like they're looking at some worms that are creepy, some invasive pests that eat shrubs and crops, and important, plants for humans. But there is a wide range of potential application for life-saving gene drives. And the best part is you can leave most of the mosquitoes untouched because, as we mentioned, plenty of them are harmless or annoying, but, relatively non-threatening in terms of a mortal situation. So if we can edit out just the ones that are dangerous, we'll make the world a better place, right? Right? Where is this going in the future? In the 30s, it's better. It's a little more dialed in. They're better at controlling what's called introgression, which is when the modified genes make their way into a local population. They're better at accounting for antibiotics. In some cases, these mosquitoes can encounter antibiotics on crops, which can mess with the DNA altering mechanism in such a way that allows the female offspring to survive, which is obviously not what you want. Then you're just pumping more dangerous mosquitoes into the air. So wobbles like that start to get worked out by the end of the 20s and into the 30s. Then in the 40s, this is a robust technology. We've used it to wipe out lots of dangerous mosquito-borne illness and illness from other smaller things. And in the 40s and 50s, we're sort of refining that approach to look at even more kind of insidious organisms like bacteria, and in some cases even viruses, because you can do fancy connective stuff that's not available yet in the 20s, but it's coming. And then by the end of the century, this is like a widely accepted sort of public protocol. Like it's on the level of you might say like pest control in terms of how much it's been ingested by the body consciousness of civilization. It's no longer like a weird, scary thing. In the 2020s, it still alarms some people. They don't like the idea of genetically modifying anything, as you may have noticed. So some residents of California in the 2022 study are quite upset, and understandably so. But if they read up on it, hopefully their minds should be put at ease, because ultimately this tech is there to help save lives. And by the 2120s, that's largely what it's done. It's spread way out into many more areas of the biological web and far down into some more detailed microbiome stuff. All right, we hope you research it. We'll put the things in the place. We hope you don't get bit by mosquitoes and bite them right back if they get you. Not the ones with malaria. Try to avoid eating them. Future out!